This segment is brought to you by the American Academy of Physician Associates, which is AAPA. And you know, AAPA 2024 is the world's largest conference for physician associates, or PAs, and really a chance to highlight the trends and innovations shaping the future of healthcare. Joining us now to discuss is Folosho Ogunfiditimi, President and Chair of the American Academy of Physician Associates Board of Directors. Good to see you.
Good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure. So I'm curious to know, what is the latest news coming out of the conference this year?
Absolutely. The annual AAPA conference is an opportunity for PAs across the country to really gather together, learn about ongoing trends in healthcare and how we can continue to improve the care that we're delivering to patients. This year specifically, our theme is around technologies, AI for being one of those technologies, and using that as a way in which we can improve the care that we're delivering to patients. So we're really excited to be here.
Yeah, we've noticed that just technology playing such a bigger role when it comes to healthcare. What have you learned this year from the conference? What sort of technologies will we be seeing in the future of healthcare?
Absolutely. One quick one that I will give you is what we're now termed as wearables, where these are small little devices, whether it be a mobile device as a watch or a little button that you put in your pocket that can monitor the vital signs and monitor the status of the patient and in real time communicate that data and information back to your provider so that interventions can occur much sooner. This is just one of the small technologies that will be coming to patients across the country, and we're excited to be learning more about them at this conference.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so is that in an outpatient setting or while you're in the hospital?
Yeah, so a lot of this is in an outpatient setting. You know, if you're wearing a watch that could tell when your blood pressure goes up, or if you have a little button in you that can send information to your provider as to your current health status. A lot of these are just things that you'll be doing on a regular basis as you're going to your job. And this is all in an outpatient setting with the hopes of being able to improve the communication that we have between patients and their providers, and empowering those providers with the tools they need to be able to make quicker diagnoses. And PAs are very much in the way of being able to make diagnosis, treat, and prescribe to patients as needed. So we're excited to learn more about these opportunities.
I love that one, because I'm always worried about my family members. If they had a wearable on, then we would just know what was going on with them. Now, listen, we have heard a lot about workforce shortages in healthcare. Is this something that PAs can help to alleviate if we get more people into the profession?
Absolutely. Healthcare workforce shortage is a major challenge in the United States, and PAs are trained in medicine and surgical specialties and practice in all specialties in medicine today. A patient could call a practice and ask to be seen by a PA, and that PA can be able to deliver quality care to them. So we're definitely a part of the solution towards the healthcare workforce shortages that we see across the country, and we're here and ready to be part of that solution.
And what role do they play in addressing healthcare disparities as well?
We are always trying to make sure that our providers, our PAs, mimic the communities that we serve, that we mimic the patients that we're taking care of. And one of the ways that we're doing that is by introducing the concept of the PA profession to middle and high schoolers in underrepresented communities as they're making their decisions at an early age to get into medicine. They can become PAs, and then we can start to look like the communities that we're delivering care to. And that's going to help with improving health disparities across the country.
It really is so important. Where do we go for more information?
You can go to pasgobeyond.com for more information, pasgobeyond.com for more information on what it means to be a PAs and the PAs in your community and how they help to serve and provide access to patients.
Folosho Ogunfiditimi, thank you so much. It really was a pleasure to chat with you. And this segment, by the way, is brought to you by the American Academy of Physician Associates.